Hello everyone, xForts here, and welcome to JoJomas Day 3, where today we're going to be talking about Jotaro Kujo. So when you're talking to a fan of JoJo, one of the first questions they're going to ask you is, who is your favorite JoJo? And when I was first getting into it, I got into it off the 2012 anime when Part 3 was currently airing. So I got through Part 1, then I got through Part 2, and of course after getting through Part 2, I like Joseph a lot more than Jonathan, so I would say Joseph is my favorite JoJo. And I thought that maybe that would stick for a while, because from what I've read from the community back then was, oh, Joseph's the best, man, no one beats Joseph. So once I started Part 3, I didn't have very high expectations for Jotaro, so the first episode of Part 3, I loved Jotaro so much. I said, hands down, this is my favorite JoJo. I've only seen, 1 or 2 episodes of him so far in his character, but I know I like him much more than Joseph and much more than Jonathan, because he is the closest thing we'll get to a stone cold, just badass rocker JoJo who is just metal as fuck. Like, the first scene we see him in, he's in a prison, calling his mom a bitch, shotgunning a beer. Like, what's not to love? He's the perfect JoJo for me, that is. And quick fact, Star Platinum, his stand. Also, he was the first JoJo with a stand, and Star Platinum is definitely a badass stand. So the first scene we saw with Jotaro, he was in a prison, and what he did with Star Platinum, even though he didn't really know what Star Platinum was at the time, so it's not, confirmed if he was able to control it. I think because he would, like, beat people really fucking hard when he got in fights, because he was subconsciously using Star Platinum when he fought. So what he did in prison is that Star Platinum would bring him toys, RC cars, and beer, and he called it his evil spirit. And imagine if Jotaro never met Joseph, and he was a man with an evil spirit that brought him toys and beer. But of course, once we get into Part 3, Jotaro learns about stands, and he knows how to use them, and he knows how to manifest it better. So now getting on to my favorite and least favorite moment of Jotaro Kujo, starting with my favorite moment, which is probably shared with many others, and that is in his fight against Dio. Specifically the part when Dio drops the roller on Jotaro, and then right after that, moments after, in real time, Dio was frozen in the frozen time, and Jotaro comes up behind him and he says, Dio, how does it feel to be the one defenseless and not able to move when your opponent approaches you from behind? And something along the lines of that. And Dio is just so mad. You can see the frustration in his face. And, he doesn't give him the finishing blow right there, but that was just so badass when you realize, like, okay, Star Platinum and the world are the same stand. They're pretty much the same stand. And everything the world can do, Jotaro can do now. And it was the next evolution for Star Platinum. So Star Platinum evolved, learned time stopped, used it against Dio. Extremely badass moment. Now for my least favorite moment. I didn't really come up with one. I did, but it's not that significant. So I liked Jotaro a lot. I could come up with a least favorite moment in Part 4 and 6, but we're keeping it Part 3. And now for my least favorite Jotaro Kujo moment. Since I like Jotaro so much as a character, I couldn't really come up with a big one, so it's kind of insignificant. But it was one moment when I was watching Star Wars Crusaders where I actually got mad at the main JoJo, and I was like, are you fucking stupid? And Jotaro has those moments. He does have the are you dumb moments. And out of all of his are you dumb moments, the one that hit me the most, where I was mad at him, was when it was in the fight with Seinen, when Polnareff got shrunk into a little kid, and Jotaro is just like walking around casually, and Polnareff, it's Polnareff, but he's a little kid. It is Polnareff. He looks exactly the same. He had the same clothes on, and he had the same haircut and everything. He had the earrings in, and when Polnareff shrunk into a little kid, he went up to Jotaro, and since his brain was being reversed too by the stand Seinen, he wasn't able to fully remember Jotaro's name, so he kind of he sees Jotaro, and he's like, oh, I recognize him, that's who I'm looking for. And then when he turns to him, he's like, Jackie, he doesn't know your name. And Jotaro's just looking at him like, hey, I'm looking for someone that looks like you. He's got the same haircut too. Have you seen him anywhere? And it's like, Jotaro, you're battling stands in Egypt, and this person that you think looks like Polnareff has the same haircut, same earrings, same facial features, but younger, and in clothes that Polnareff was wearing that are the same size as the clothes that Polnareff was wearing. And this kid is a little kid in giant clothing, and you think, huh, those clothes are a little too big for you. Oh, those are Polnareff's clothes. You look like Polnareff. Are you Polnareff? Did something happen to you? He didn't fucking put it together. It made me so mad. But also, he had a really great moment at the end there when he didn't even use his stand to beat the shit out of Alessi. He literally used his little baby fist to fuck him up. So, I mean, at least we got a good moment out of that arc for Jotaro. So, that was my favorite and least favorite moments from the badass himself, Jotaro Kujo. And I love these so much. I actually just got this one today. I actually put off getting this volume for a while. So, I'm glad I waited. So, look at that. Jotaro in the Part 8 art style, Part 8 and Part 7. Just Araki's later art style. And same with Star Platinum. They look so fucking good. Star Platinum looks a little silly, but Jotaro looks good. Alright guys, so that was JoJomas Day 3 of Jotaro Kujo. Not my favorite JoJo. He was at one point, but I like him a lot. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave in the comment section down below your favorite and least favorite moments from this metal as fuck JoJo. So, I'll see you guys on Day 4, where we're going to be talking about Josuke Higashikata. Thanks for watching, guys.
My tongue's a review, holding hands with your heart.